Welcome back to Irish Strength. So a huge week coming up in Strongman here in Ireland. We've got the UK Naturals just 6 days away. I'm really excited about this one for a number of reasons which I'm going into, but it's arguably the biggest international competition that's ever come to Ireland. It's definitely the biggest natural strongman competition to ever come here. Really excited. There's athletes coming from Scotland, Wales, England, Northern Ireland, and of course Ireland for this. So in this video, I'm going to go through a little bit of what's going to come up in the live stream, because that's a big change from the normal. We're really ramping up production on this one, and I'll give you a little bit of an insight on what you're actually going to see. Secondly, we've got the details. So for all the athletes that are coming to the competition, I'm going to go through very quickly the weigh-ins, where you're actually going to do it, the comp day, the lifting times, etc. So starting off with the live stream. Normally you will see that with the live stream we have a camera set up, and to be fair, from the feedback I get, it's really good, people enjoy it, everything else. The one thing we miss on it, and I do miss it myself, is that there's no commentary. So for this one, really ramped it up. We're really going for a rogue style setup this time. So we're going to have 2 cameras set up. We're going to have a commentary table. So it's going to be myself, and we've got a number of really top class and pretty cool co-commentators coming in, so guest commentators that are going to be in with me. So there will always be 2 of us commentating. So when the events are on, both cameras will be on the events and you will hear us commentating through it. Then one of the things that I know is a little bit frustrating for people, or can dip down a little bit, is that when between events, when the equipment is being changed, or between categories. So if you're going from that morning lifting into the heavier afternoon lifting, there can be a gap where everything's setting up and resetting back to the first event, etc. So there can be 10-15 minutes where nothing particularly is happening. During that time, we are now going to have the commentary guys, so myself and whoever it is, on screen. We're going to be chatting about what happened in the previous category, and we possibly will get in somebody, the winner of the last category, to have a bit of an interview, see how things are going with them. So it'll give you a little bit of an insight into what's actually going on behind the scenes and from an athlete's point of view. So I'm really excited for that side of things. Also, at the same time, we have an interview area. So as you will see with a lot of the big strongman competitions or the productions, you will get to see an interview with the winner of each event. So for instance, I am lifting away, I win an event, so I've won the deadlift or whatever else. It happens very often. And at the end of that event, we're going to have a quick one-on-one interview with that person, maybe 30 seconds, a minute, just to see how they actually got on, how they're feeling. Because when someone wins an event, it's really nice to see just the pure ecstatic joy that a lot of people have after winning a strongman event. You get that rush, you get the adrenaline, and it's great to get an interview, get chatting with somebody when they're in that zone. Now, a lot of people want to know who the guest commentators are, and there's some really big names in there in Strongman here in Ireland, but also we've got 1 or 2 coming across from the UK. I'm not going to tell you now. Click on over to my Instagram channel. Make sure you hit the follow button. I forgot what it is actually on Instagram. It's follow. So click on over there, follow on the page, and I will be announcing them throughout this week. Another thing we'll be doing on the day is photo packages. So Irish Strength has our professional photographer that will be down there on the day. Incredible pictures. If you look back at my Instagram page, you will see some of the examples of the pictures that come out. Enda Staunton, our photographer, is he's incredible, a terrible person, but he's an incredible photographer. So make sure if you are interested, come to us on the day. It will hopefully have a little bit of a stand set up where you can sign up for and purchase these photo packages. Honestly, they're fantastic packages. You get anywhere from sort of 60 to 100 quality pictures. So after the editing process, after we take out all the blurry ones and stuff like that, you get anywhere from sort of 60 to 100. Usually it's around 100, but I say 60 just in case. And the other thing is, hopefully if they arrive, we're going to have t-shirts and hoodies for sale. So Irish Strength t-shirts and hoodies are going to be on sale at the competition as well. So that's the live stream setup. Make sure, for any athletes that are watching this, tell your friends and family. It's completely free live stream, okay? You never get this. So completely free live stream, and it's going to be the whole 2 days, all of the lifts, everything is going to be on this live stream. We're not going to be cutting or, asking you for money halfway through or anything like that. So make sure that you tell your friends and family, share this video around. And if you check in the description below, I have the link to that live stream. So we already have the link set up so people can click across, click the subscribe button, but click the reminder button or the notification bell, and that will remind you when we go live on the day. But also I will be putting up different bits of information on Instagram and on here during the week to remind you of that live stream. Now to the competition details. So I'm going to grab the phone for this because I really don't want to give the wrong information, and there's a lot of information here. So the weigh-ins. The weigh-ins that are on Friday, they are happening at GSP Gym, the home gym. The actual competition is happening just down the road in a sort of a different venue. It's just a little bit more space. The logistics work a little better, so that's why they're having it there. But the weigh-ins on Friday, only on Friday, are happening in GSP Gym, so just be aware of that. So we've got the weigh-ins for the under 57s, the Masters women, and the under 64s. The weigh-ins for those are on Friday between 11 and 12, between 6 and 7 p.m. in the evening, but also on Saturday morning you can weigh in for between 8 and 9. Then we go on to the under 73s, the under 82s, and the open women. They are Friday 2 to 3 and between 6 and 7. So you can also 6 and 7 in the evening, and again Saturday morning between 8 and 9. Then we've got the 80s, so we're on to the men now, the 80s Masters, the Masters men and the 90s. Their weigh-in times are Saturday morning from 11 to 12. You've got between 6 and 7 on Saturday evening, and Sunday morning and between 8 and 9. Okay, so all of that is down in the competition gym. Then we've got the 105s and the open men. We've got them on Saturday 2 to 3. Again in that evening, Saturday evening 6 to 7, and Sunday morning at between 8 and 9. If you can, obviously if you're traveling a long distance and just come down for the day, probably the morning is the time you're going to be doing it. You're better off weighing in the day before. This makes sense if you think about it, because some people will be cutting to try and make weight. Now, if you're cutting, you don't want to cut, weigh in that morning and then have to lift a few hours later, because your body's going to be fairly starved and you won't get the energy into your body. You'll feel a bit sluggish if you're weighing in that morning, some of the time. It depends on the actual athlete. However, if you can weigh in the day before, get it out of the way as early as possible, and then you can eat like a horse for the day, get the energy back in, and you're ready to lift the next morning. So the more time you can have between your actual weigh-in and the competition just gives you more time to prepare properly, to recover all of your energy levels. So that's what I would say. If you can, get down to the first weigh-in availability, and then you'll be better prepared for the actual competition. Moving to the lifting schedule. So we're on to Saturday, and we've got all the women are going to be lifting. So we've got from 11 a.m. That'll take about 3 hours, then 2.5 hours maybe, and then we'll be moving to the 2 p.m. The under 73s, the under 82s, and the opens. We've got the under 57s, the masters, and the under 64s, and so that's the women's categories done. Then we're on to Sunday, on to all the men's categories. And very, very similar sort of rundown. We've got 11 a.m, the under 80s, the masters, and the 90s. Then it resets about 1:30 or so, and we've got the under 105s and the open. And then, of course, same way, at the end of the day, whatever time it finishes, it could be 4, it could be a little bit later, the awards will happen. Please, if you can, come down and spectate, support the athletes. This, I can't stress enough, this is a huge, huge competition. You don't normally get this in Ireland. You definitely don't normally get a free live stream for a competition like this. So don't miss it, make use of this. Now, if you can't make it on the day, like I just said, we do have that live stream going, and I'm really excited about this. This is what I'm more excited about. Just because it's a big leap forward for live streams of competitions in Ireland. There's nothing. I think Irish Strength is the only live stream of any of these strongman competitions. So I'm doing it because I feel like the sport needs it. I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, genuinely. I do it because I love seeing strongman. I love seeing the sport growing, and I'm quite proud, I suppose, to have a little bit of a part towards that. There's people doing way more than I'm doing, but we are the only ones that are doing live streams, I believe, rather than somebody with a phone or something like that. So please try and make use of it. The more people that make use of this service that I'm providing, and obviously I'm providing it for free for you guys, the more people that do that, the more I can do. So the more popular the channel gets, the more I can actually put into this, and the bigger the productions can actually get. So like I said, the link to the live stream is in the description below. I will put these details in the description below as well, so that you can actually go back and look, and I'll put the link to the Facebook page where all of this information and all notifications will be coming out as well, so you can click on over and have a look there. Thanks very much for watching. I hope that answered a lot of your questions. If it hasn't, comment down below, let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll try and answer them. And also, like I said, give me any feedback you have on live streams or what you would like to see in the future. Thanks for watching, guys.